it's been happening and it's continuing to happen, not just in Atlanta, but all over the US and I would imagine all over the world.
Yeah, it's just colonialism. It call it contemporary form or neo-colonial. It's just that's what they're planning, right? Any movement could be squashed instantly. They could just activate. It's domestic military bases. That's all it is. And I was the first thing I thought of when I heard of because I heard of the one in Atlanta first because
Mhm.
of the protest. And when I first heard about it, I thought I've never visited Atlanta, but I've been to that airport like 4 dozen times connecting
Mhm.
flights. This is a major travel hub. It would make sense to put that a military base right next to a major travel hub.
Of
And then
course.
I heard there was one in Newark. And I was like, well, here we go. I've been to that airport a lot too. So it's a bold faced move toward oppressing the people, the citizens, like it's domestically. And so, anyway, I'm glad that people are taking this serious really quick. And it's not fair to ask you this quickly, I understand. But if you hold a sign protesting Cop City, you could be labeled as a terrorist. It's happened.
Right.
If you raise a flag in Palestine, you're labeled as a terrorist, or worse, they'll take your life. You've got your finger on the pulse more than anyone in a lot of ways. Are you seeing correlations on a global scale? And you were just talking about this on a global scale in terms of things getting worse in the US regarding the criminalization of free speech, not to mention increased police brutality against peaceful protest. Like, is this happening on a global scale? And if anything, what can be done about it?
Um, Absolutely. It's we see reporters disappearing all the time in different countries. You have reporters back in the day like Gary Webb from the San Jose Mercury, who allegedly committed suicide by shooting himself in the back of the head twice. Now, I don't know how you can do that, but that's the report. So we know that there when you talk about colonization and enslavement, there is no free speech.
Right.
It's tolerance. It's how much do we want to tolerate these folks before we vamp on them? So um, yeah, internationally, we know that that's what it's about. I was just checking out a news article today. Again, I mentioned TikTok. You have the United States is literally trying to force China to sell TikTok or they shut it down. I mean, it's like you can't even have certain, they have to have full spectrum domination on whether it's on the internet, land, air, sea, whatever. It's all about control. They want to control the narrative. So we're clear. I mean, we know that we're on YouTube now. This is the NSA. We're clear about what's going on. So for us, we get out whatever information we can, and we hope to inspire. And what do we do about it? Like you said, if anything can be done with it, we continue to organize. We continue to educate the masses and we continue to move forward because no empire has lasted forever. That's the bottom line. And because of the fact that the empire is in a crisis right now, when people are nervous or when they're scared, they go to extreme lengths. But usually, when they're nervous and they're scared and they goes to those extreme lengths, they end up making foolish moves. And as they make those foolish moves, they expose themselves. So they'll set snares for you, and they'll end up sabotaging themselves. So we see that playing out all over the world, and that's the order of the day. So you can only oppress folks so long before there's an uprising. That's the law.